Hello, good morning, everyone. I just was deleting what's it called? A bot comment or whatever. That's why I was a bit distracted. But now I'm here. How is everyone? Thomas. It's so strange to call you Thomas, but that's your name. That's your actual name. So, hello. How are you doing after your sudden, unexpected night shift? Will you get another night off in exchange for that? Or is it just an additional night and that's it? I want to know. Loretta is also, you're yourself today, my friend. You have something to help me focus on some things. Oh, I love that. I love that. I always say I love that. I thought yesterday, whenever someone was like, I got those words. I love that. But it's good to have you here. And I was so happy to have you here yesterday. Have had you here yesterday. Loretta as well. We had a nice weekend together, didn't we? So, I love that. Hello, Mark. How are you? Good morning. I'm pretty sure Mark knew that. Cool Gamer is here. Yeah, Cool Gamer also was in all the streams on the weekend, like on Emmy North stream and some of Michael's event streams. That's good. Yeah. I'm a bit, I don't know, confused, obviously. Maybe I lost too much energy during the weekend. No, but actually it was a nice weekend for me. I really got some stuff done with my beach house novel, so I really tried to work on it. Yeah. Thomas also a smidge tired, yeah. So a little slow on the uptake. Yeah. Maybe we're all a bit slow today. Me too. Actually, I got 3 cards for us. Can you believe it? 3. But I already made sense of it. So I got this one. Oh my God. 3 of Swords. Pain, grief, heartache, loss, all the stuff we don't want to hear. I also got the wheel again. I think we already had it last week. Yes, we had it last week. And the world. So for me, the message is quite clear. With both of those cards together, we cannot avoid this one. Obviously, this will happen to us again and again. But also, it reminds us to not suppress or avoid negative emotions, not to always just distract us from that, run away from, because deep in us, we all have a lot of grief and sadness, I would say. Usually behind everything, underneath everything, anger is a lot of grief and sadness. And this will come up again and again. We cannot really avoid it. We can try to suppress it, but with those cycles, it will come up again and again. The best, and it will be always really, really painful. That's why we want to avoid it. But it says if we want to if we want to grow, we have to face this card. We have to, I think the first step is to just acknowledge, like, okay, just that it's there and try to look at it, maybe also from a distance, but look at it and what is it? Why is it there? What is beneath that? Yeah, to just understand it, that it's less scary for us. And when we look at it and are open to that, to those deep sadness and grief we sometimes feel, it will lessen. I don't want to say it will go away, but it will help you, process it somehow, and you can look at it better. You will understand when it comes back up again another time, will understand what you're going through, why you're going through that, and this will make it just better, you will be less afraid of. So this will be the positive outcome. This I grew, I understand it, I understand myself better. So yeah, it's tough. And I think fall, the season, moves us into this direction. I think with the darkness, a lot of stuff comes up, and yeah, it's not always bad. I always think of melancholy. I don't know. Yeah, it's this thing. Melancholy is a lot of people are natural melancholists. How can I say this? I feel like I am one of those people who is more, I don't want to say negative, but more, there is this underlying sadness there, but not in a negative way. But we see I saw this interview, that's why I try to find those words. We see what could be the beauty in everything, and there's, I think, especially in fall, when everything outside is dying, those feelings come up for us, but it doesn't have to be bad, so embracing that, maybe that's what I want to say, and using creativity to work with it and play with it. Sounds strange, but to really, like when I write my novels and it gets really sad, but it is a way of working through stuff. Yeah. This was the start of our therapy session. Yeah. But I feel that it's so, yeah, I think we need to look at sadness more open. Yeah. No, first I wanted to have this comment. I do have the option of grabbing a day off. That's good. I just need to figure which one, but that's good. That's good to know. Yeah. Oh no. 3 of Swords. Oh, this picture is like the heart. Oh, it's so really. Yeah. Okay, 3 of Swords fits. Wow, those 3 cards resonate right now. See? Oh, that's good. Yeah, I'm thinking that we need to accept the grief because it's just part of our cycle. When time, the world, good things will come around in its place. Yeah, and it's a part of that. That's, I think, very important. I don't think we can expect a life without any grief and sadness. Those things happen or are in us already. So we talked about toxic positivity before, and I think that's very important to acknowledge too. The world is the completion of a cycle. Yeah, the wheel in many ways represents the cycle itself. Yeah, I thought so too. We have 2 cycles and yeah, definitely. Yeah. My appearance as myself for a bit. I'm having to take some time to process all the changes. I've been juggling the last year plus cycles in my life, coming to a transition point. See? Yeah. Very interesting that it really fits, what's happening to you. And like I said, it's this season as well, I think, that draws us more inward, that we look at everything more. We're not as distracted anymore by the outside because it's the season where we cozy up, and yeah, this kind of brings up stuff. Let me set up the first timer. Oh yeah, this is good, in hopes of another spring season coming up. Anyway, so we always will come back to spring. I will put up this timer. Oh, I forgot to share, because there will be a lot of blossoms again and happiness again. 3 of Swords leads to the 4 of Swords, which is the card of rest and rejuvenation. Oh, that's also good. Yeah, of course we have to take care of ourselves as well. Not like, okay, I have to work through this now somehow. And then, no, of course. Yeah, always just do what we feel we are ready to do, the work, Yeah. Okay, let's jump into the first Spread joy. Okay, that was sprint number 1. How did everybody do? I opened up my documents and struggled to find the line where I stopped my work yesterday, because I'm working in 2 documents and the German one was easy, but the English I was like, where is it? And then I realized on the bottom of the note there is older stuff that looks similar. That's why, yeah, doesn't really matter. I found it, so I can start working on it in the next sprint. And I also was in my head still at what we were talking about at the beginning of the stream, a bit distracted. And another thought came to my mind that I might be a bit addicted to the feeling of sadness. That sounds strange, but you know, we are totally able to, yeah, maybe addicted is a too strong word, but some people just like certain emotions. And yeah, you can be addicted to anger, you know, like there are people out there who really like to get angry. And so I think I'm drawn to the stage of sadness somehow. And so I try to be aware of that when I'm like in this cycle. Okay, Anja, you need to get out of this. Not everything is bad. And yeah, like I said before, there's also some beauty to sadness. And so sometimes I have to say, switch out of it, go out into the sun and get some good energy. Yeah. Yeah, and Thomas talked also about this, that writing with writing there came some stuff up for him, and that's why he decided to journal now and also rest. I think we should rest. We should write rest in capital letters for you especially, with all those night shifts. And this must take so much energy anyway. So all the strength you have to put into just staying awake all night. So we shouldn't underestimate that. We all shouldn't underestimate how we live in a society that's not always good for us. That's why I also posted this quote from Gabor Mate, which I found very impactful. The problem in our society is there's very little that actually promotes healing, and there's very much that undermines it. Not to be negative again, but to be aware of that we really have to take good care of ourselves. But a lot of people, he has this new book out. I haven't read it yet. It's called The Myth of Normal. And I think that's a great title, because what's considered normal here, all the stress and this, I don't know, getting up so early, I don't know, all kinds of stuff is actually very bad for us. Social media and how we always are judged by how we look, for instance. There's so much stuff that's just actually contrary to what humans need. We need human contact, we need connection, warmth, and so, and all this is lacking in most people's lives. So just to say that when we are aware of that, we should think of ways how we can make it better for us individually, you know, like having pets that to cuddle and stuff, and really take off the pressure. I think what's big in our society is that we are all under a lot of pressure, and we tend to put ourselves under a lot of pressure, especially with NaNoWriMo, stuff like that. So be good to yourself, and it's okay to not get all the word counts and stuff like that. And I think I'm always saying this because science says we need to be good to ourselves, otherwise we get into the cycle of procrastination, for instance, with writing, because we feel so bad about writing, because we have those high goals, and when we don't meet them, we feel bad, we
put ourselves down. And once you're in those negativity, you won't write anyways. To say, tell yourself, okay, it's maybe yesterday I didn't write as much, I wasn't feeling so good. That's totally fine. But I love my story. I can motivate myself and try it again today. But it's okay if I only write 20 words or don't write at all, you know? So this is actually better for you in the long run, because this will keep you writing, because you don't have always those negative emotions with writing. So try to be good to yourself. Um, me too. I don't know. It's just, that's why I also shared the link to the Ritual podcast. Again, I'm sorry, I'm always sharing Ritual. But the talk with Susan Cain, who also wrote the book Quiet, if you remember, about introverts. She wrote this new book about, I think it's called Bittersweet, and it's on my reading list. I'm on my long reading list. So we had Nina join us, and also Daisy is here, who slept in, but that's totally fine. We just had one. There's still a lot of sprints to come. Mm. Oh yeah, I love this one. We don't even start about how my joking seems to make strange things happen. I joked about not being on your weekend streams unless my work schedule blew up, and then it happened. So please never joke about me having an accident. Ooh, Loretta is ahead in NaNo. Ah, so you're gonna just read this thing. That's awesome. I have to stop. There's a video running in the background. It just distracts me. Nina opened her outline document. Awesome. Daisy absolutely understands what I mean. See? Ooh, type 4s tend to find identity in pain. Oh, yeah, that's dangerous territory. And also Nina says, I totally get you. Ah, that's good to know. That I'm not talking to you all and you're like, what is she on about today? Thomas, women tend to underestimate how difficult it is for men in our society to communicate anything that might be perceived. Oh yes, I totally get that. That yeah, for men, especially in regards to mental health and all this stuff, it's also, yeah, like you said, it's perceived as weakness, and that's so dangerous. And yeah, that comes back to what Gabor Mate says. This openness, vulnerability is especially hard for men, definitely. We have to get rid of the patriarchy. Yeah, I'm just thinking of that's also what feminism is about, that also men, it doesn't seem like that, but men suffer a lot too in this society we are living. Not, it's not women against men, or yeah, it's not like that. It's about making life for all of us better, you know? Yeah. Because those strange views we have on how a man has to be, like toxic masculinity and stuff like that, is also very bad. And yeah, Nina, as much as I love my Vienna fantasy story, it does bring out emotions I don't always want. Yes, that's the hard part, which is why I so sporadically work on it. Writing can be therapeutic, but it's not always fun. Yeah, and it takes so much energy and strength. That's why it's good when you say you work sporadically on it. It's totally fine. It's like when you go to therapy, you cannot bring out everything at once. Doesn't work like that. Daisy, I'm trying not to be pissed at an email. Oops, I got this morning, because it doesn't make sense to be upset about it. Yeah. Oh, I hate it when I read something and it is so distracting. Yeah, I totally get you. I got a message from a co-writer today that was not helpful at all. And I'm trying not to get too mad, because I have been mad enough about this whole thing. Oh, I think I remember you talking about this, Nina. Feels like you have to put an end to this because it comes up again and again. I don't know if it's possible, right? And they probably didn't even mean it. Yeah, there's something probably inside you that might be triggered by. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. At least I hope so. I have put so much energy into being mad at her that now I try to just ignore it, because it's nothing new. People seem to think feminism is the quote from Game of Thrones: all men must die. Yes, but we are not men, and that's completely wrong. Yeah. Yes. Uh, it's become so bad that feminism feels like the wrong word, to I always hate how we put words onto things and to have categories. That's what humans love to do. And then I also think of veganism. It has become so bad. Behind it is kind of, you don't want to make animals suffer. You want to have the least um, bad impact on environment. That's why people chose to be vegan, or somehow this is the definition. But it has become so negative for some people, not for everyone, obviously, that you start to avoid those words. And I think it's the same with feminism and other words, which that's why I've been thinking about if there is another word you could use, humanism. I don't know, but to also bring in the male people, that it's not just about separating women from men and all the other genders, but I would love to have something that brings everyone together. Yeah. Thomas, on average, the emotional tone of emails, yeah, is misinterpreted 50% of the time. Yeah, that's a very good point. I often think that when we are writing in chats, not in our chat, but especially in WhatsApp, and then sometimes me myself, I can get easily trigger points when I write with family, because I've internalized some. I talked about this before. Some, I say, problems with myself, that I'm not good enough, and I have to keep that in mind when I read stuff from family, because I'm like, they are meaning it that, and then I'm, no, wait, that's how you interpret it. Doesn't mean that they mean it like that. So yeah, totally get what you're saying. Mark, I made a giant hearty breakfast. Awesome, and enjoying life. Mark, you're awesome. That's what we all need. Please uh, send some giant hearty breakfast energy for us all. So a lot of chippiness over here, but that's even more so because I know extended melancholy very well. Yeah. So take good care of yourself with a giant hearty breakfast. I wish I had this here too. Thomas, labels, that's the word, yeah, for tend to accumulate multiple definitions, and human anxieties tend to focus on the worst possible definition. Yeah. So true. So true. Oh, I call myself an intersectional feminist. Oh, that's interesting. Because the experience of a BIPOC trans woman is completely different to that of a white cis woman. But they both suffer to varying degrees under patriarchy. Oh, that's interesting. Intersectional feminism. Very interesting. That's good to know. I will keep that in mind and look it up. Mark should be our role model for today. Yeah, Mark is our role model for today. So let me set up the next sprint, a 25-minute sprint. Now I wish I had a hearty breakfast time, my like full English breakfast or something like that, but of course I don't have any of that. Um, mm, so I will use the snowy timer, because I always imagine I'm sitting in a Parisian coffee shop, looking out the windows and having a hearty breakfast, maybe. There we go. We'll see. Nina is also going to make breakfast this morning. Yes, that sounds like a good plan. So enjoy the next sprint. Okay, sprint number 2 is over. Reminder to stretch and drink some water. How did everybody do? I worked on a novel. I'm almost done with this soon, I hope. Yes, almost done. I can do it today, I think. Yeah, and then I will have to read through the whole scene again and see if everything, yeah, is good. Yeah, so I'm quite happy with my progress. Oh yeah. I looked up intersectional feminism just quickly, not in depth. I just wanted to read out what I found. Intersectional feminism takes into account the many different ways each woman experiences discrimination. White feminism is a term that is used to describe the type of feminism that overshadows the struggles women of color, LGBTQ women, and women of other minority groups face. Yeah, that's very good to take all of this into account. So yeah, thank you, Daisy, for showing me the right direction. Like I said before, or Thomas used the word label. There's a lot of danger in labeling things. We kind of need to do it to be able to communicate and to be clear about what we want. But on the other hand, it's often separating, like excluding. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for, other people. And so that's very difficult. And also, yeah, within this label as well, are we putting too many things together? So there are a lot of gray areas usual with everything. So to always keep that in mind, I think that's important. Of course, we, like I said, somehow have to use some kinds of labels to be able to communicate on matters. It makes it easier to communicate if you don't have to, if you can just say a word and then the person knows in which direction you want to go with your discussion. So Christian joined us. Guten Morgen. Welcome. Hello face that looks like James. Yeah, Thomas is James. Actually, Thomas is the real James. It's a bit confusing, but made some breakfast. Awesome. Still eating it though. Is it with avocado? I just know that Anne always like, "Ah!" She hates avocados. I love avocado. I just want to say you can share openly if you made avocado toast. Mm. Ah, I'm always getting hungry during our stream. Yep, he is one of many evil twins. Seeing that I inspired someone to eat makes me happy. Yeah. I will eat too after the stream. Daisy, 223 words in book 3. I finished book 2 yesterday. Awesome. No time to celebrate. You have to celebrate it. It's very rough. Yeah, but still, you reached the goal. I mean, finished book 2. There's stuff to work on. That's okay. But yes, you did it. Awesome. I finished 2 chapters of Mayor of Casterbridge. Ooh, reading. So I have to look this up. The book, I mean. No, I shouldn't look it up. I won't be able to read it anyways, because I never read. I collect a lot of books, which I never read. No, I read them, but very slowly and yeah. Let's not get into this one. People are individuals, not occupants of a pigeonhole. Yes, you always put into words what I try to say with a lot of words. Yes, with avocado. Yay. Yes, I love No, oh no. I want avocado, Mark. Yes, me too. We should stop talking about food. Otherwise, you will hear my stomach rumbling. Christian, the pseudonym trap. Oh yeah, James, Thomas, and congrats! Yeah, it's so cool. Just to be able to write this out, I finished book 2. That's so cool. Amazing. Ooh, speaking of food, Loretta, I tried a new pizza recipe. I could not get the crust to crisp, so I had pizza toppings for dinner right before the stream. Mm. So you are a non-reader who identifies as a reader. I have to create a T-shirt. Yeah, I always thought, I wish I would have some cool ideas for some merchandise. Maybe this is the perfect thing you can put on a T-shirt. I identify. I know. I am a non-reader who identifies as a reader. But this would be stealing from you. So if you want to create merchandise, Thomas, Christian, I have to go and buy avocados today. Still got guacamole in the fridge. Oh. That's a new game we can play. You all trying to make me as hungry as possible. Mark of my 7 to 2 minutes to write today. I've done 16 earlier. Oh yeah, you do this where you raise the writing time a little bit each day. So you're now at 7 times 2 minutes. Okay. I've done 16 earlier. Oh, wait, but 7 times 2 is 14. I struggle with understanding your comment. Some dreamers. Oh yeah, you wrote some. Yeah. So now obligations out of the way. Yeah, I'm free to write when I feel like it. Awesome. Yes, I love that. Nina, I'm definitely a non-reader who identifies as a reader, so I'm not the only one. I do read, but not as much as one would assume. Yeah. Like the usual thing I can do is recommend books that I've not read myself. Like on melancholy, I know that there is a book out there that's called Bittersweet by Susan Cain. I haven't even read her book Quiet yet. I think I read some reviews, but it's the same with watching TV shows with me. For instance, Game of Thrones, we had it before. I watched, I think um, the first episodes of season 1, and then because my friends wanted to watch it, I watched the last episodes of season 8 or what it was. But I could watch it because always on YouTube I kept up to date with what happened in the show. So it's a bit like that with reading for me too. I keep up to date with the stuff that's out there, but I'm not actually. I want to read. I do, like when my kids weren't here for some days during fall vacation. I read through this whole Gabor Mate book, which was 400 pages long about addiction. I loved it. It was really good, and I wrote a lot of notes about this. So I have the potential of a reader. Just need to, yeah. Everyday life is difficult, making reading difficult. Thomas, I always feel guilty for not reading more. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling. Guilt. That's not good. Especially when certain people, looking at you, Loretta, can brag on some impressive totals. Yeah, Loretta is great with reading. I wish I was more like Loretta. I need to simplify. I need to simplify. I need to simplify. Yeah, I think it has a lot to do with focus for me personally, that I struggle with focusing, and I distract myself easily with YouTube and stuff. Kids, of course, as well, the normal life stuff that's happening. So yeah, And sometimes it's so easy to go to YouTube instead of reading. I have to, yeah. But I try. I try. It's the same with It's the same as with writing. You have to stay positive about this, not like, I'm bad. I didn't read yesterday, and then put myself down. I should just think, oh, what would a cool book I could read today? And yeah, stay positive about it. Mark day of the month times 2. Oh, yeah. Minutes is my goal as minimum. That's why 7 times 2. I won't stop myself from writing more. Very good. I love that. I love that. I love that. But it's really cool. It's nice to have. It's a fun way. You can do this the same with reading. To read like minimum stuff like this, these small steps. At least try to read a page and see what happens. Go from there, or try to write 50 words or 2 times 7 minutes. That's a good approach. Nina, I have so many books on my shelves that I have not read. And I like buying and owning books. And I like reading, but I don't always have to focus to read. Writing is easier usually. Yeah. Haha, Loretta says that's how I feel about Mr. Butler's word count. We are looking at the April word count of 80k. 80k. Impossible for me. Definitely. In 1 month. No. Yeah. It's really good. I'm a book collector who imagines himself to be a reader. Yeah. When I see people read so much, I'm excited for them. Me too. But I feel like I should be reading 200 books a year. I can read a book a month if I am lucky, but honestly, not even that has happened this year. Like I said, shouldn't put ourselves down for that. Just enjoy books as we do and hope that sometime maybe challenges are also good, like I love to read horror books in October, and I read 2 books in October, horror books. So find some fun things to do with books might help us get back into reading a bit better. Kira, hello, good morning. Super late because I only just got up. Hi everyone, welcome. We will start the next sprint soon. Nina, next year I want to try and use Anne Sophie's dice roll GBR game. Oh yeah, I don't really know how she does it but I know that she does it. But switch it up so it works for me. Yeah, do it find a fun way to create this habit or get back to reading. Maybe that'll work better. I keep buying books, but then read ones from my library app. Me too. I also have different sources. I also have on my mobile the library app so that in the evening when I'm in bed with the kids, I don't go to Twitter or anything, but read actual books. Most of the time, I talk with the kids and then fall asleep. So that's why I'm also not reading in the evenings. The real goal, a balanced life. Yes. If we're not reading, what are we actually doing? As long as those other things are worthwhile, then it's all part of a life well lived. That's so good. Yeah. Yes, that's true. We don't have to pressure ourselves about reading or writing as long as we're leading a balanced life. I'm trying to set up the next timer. Let me find it. I want to use the tea timer. My 40. Although, no, I will use the new. It's not published yet, but I created quickly this cat timer because I loved the picture for my yesterday's stream so much for the thumbnail that I created a cozy timer out of it. Where is it? What do I have to do to find it? I have to go to playlists. Here we are. And is there music? No, I don't think so. So it must be here. There it is. Because it's 40 minutes. Because I wanted another 40-minute timer. Oh, it's actually 40 minutes and might be a bit longer. I might have done something wrong while creating the timer because actually 40 minutes and 30 seconds. It's a bit longer. Doesn't matter. Okay, let's hop in. Enjoy the cat. Okay, my friends, that was sprint number 3. How did everybody do? I finished the scene. This feels so good. I will print it out and read through the whole thing again. And fingers crossed, I'm happy with the result and don't have to work on it anymore. But probably I will do the printing out and reading not during the stream because I think I need to be very focused to read it. Yeah. So I shared my favorite booktubers. I have to say I don't watch a lot of booktubers. I try to watch. I try to avoid watching too much, anyways, on YouTube. So, but those are the two I always enjoy seeing popping up. R.C. Walton, I don't know how it's pronounced, is a student from Australia. I just love his dark academia vibes. So, and Gina, I think she got recommended to me through the INF Club channel stuff. Why? I don't know. I think she's an INFJ, but I'm not. Yes, I think so. Doesn't really matter. I think she also has great vibes, calming vibes, and very good videos on reading. She has changed a bit her channel. I think she started out as someone who wanted to help other entrepreneurs. Then she probably realized that her videos about reading books were more successful, I think, and she obviously enjoys reading a lot. So yeah, I can recommend her channel, definitely. Christian, who also loves the show Elementary, like I do, started a huge endeavor yesterday, organizing my creative assets, graphics, photos, fonts. My 5-wing enjoys cataloging. Oh, I love to do that too, I have to say. If I find, yeah. And my 4 center wants to create something with all the cool stuff. Love it. So, do you use a certain program, app for all? Because those are all digital things you are sorting, organizing. Did you find something that helps you with that? How are you going about that? I'm of course interested in that. We'll see. Christian also likes Gina's channel, so you know her. See, Daisy 204. Wow, it's awesome. Ooh, I was quite distracted by my phone this morning. We all have those mornings, and don't want to remind you of the email and all the stuff. But yeah, that's what I hate too. But that's also why I write first thing in the morning when I'm not distracted by emails and other stuff. I always I have, how do you say, turned off the notifications on my phone, but still sometimes my calendar pops up or something. So I always try to get rid of anything that could distract me or bring me into a different kind of mood. That's why I writing first thing in the morning, okay, after I took care of the kids, is what I need to do for myself to be able to really focus. Ooh, eagle. It's the bomb. I thought so. That something kind of motivated you to do this. So have a look. Haven't I heard of eagle before? Did you tell me about this before? Somehow sounds familiar. I will write it down and distract myself with looking at what this app is. So although I don't have a lot of visual stuff I need to file, I don't have that many pictures and stuff. So I don't know if it's even interesting for me. We'll see. For example, when you search for a specific color, it shows you all the images in your library. I see. That's interesting. That's very helpful. Not, like I said, not probably not that much for me because I don't have that many picture stuff that I need. And I avoid having too big files on my computer. This gets me into trouble. So yeah, but still very interesting. Good to know that this stuff is out there. Anything else? Yeah, Thomas shared that I find this so interesting. I used to calculate book equivalents for patterns of behavior. I used to read 50 pages per hour. The good old days. A 22 episode TV series is 1,100 pages, or a modest trilogy of books. I could then figure out if a specific series was worth the books I wouldn't read because of what I was considering watching. I used to be so disciplined. I never was disciplined, but I used to read so much as a teen, all the time. But still, I also watched a lot of TV shows. Maybe it just accumulated in my head, but I remember going to the library all the time, getting all those books, and I read them. I didn't just like nowadays get them and not read them, bringing them back. I used to really read those books. I think there was a YouTube video about this. I think we all struggle with this. It's things changed. Internet, a lot of stuff changed since we were young. So maybe it's not just our fault, you know? It's just how it is. But we can do something about it, I think. It just takes some effort. So, yeah. Mark et al. I do offer myself as an example of somebody who doesn't write much and reads even less. I mean, if you feel a need to compare yourself with someone. Mm. Oh, Nina missed the end of the sprint because I talked to my mom. Well, that's good. Because I had to rent her about the co-writer issue. So I don't just sit on my anger. Yeah, let it out. Let it out. But can you do something about it? Like I said, I know this has been going on for a while, this anger issue with your co-writer. Send an email. I'm done with you. Just imagine how good you will feel afterwards. I don't know if there's even the option to do that. I'm just trying to help you find a way out of this. It seems like it's not good for you. I was never a big reader, but I did enjoy it a lot and would read books I saw on BookTube. Oh, see, BookTube actually led me to AuthorTube, which is now my main YouTube space. Yeah. And I think that's also something we can do in our heads. I always try to we can program our brain to recognize reading as a really, really good thing for us, especially how we feel, you know, like, yeah, it feels so good when we read this book. So that gradually our brain takes the book or prefers the book over, let's say, social media stuff, for instance. So find something better to get rid of stuff we don't, that isn't actually good for us, you know what I mean? So always, yeah, tell yourself, remember how good I felt when reading or after finishing a whole book. It felt so good. No, and also I can share this documentary with you. It's not long, like, yeah, okay, 40 minutes maybe. But one professor there said reading is forced meditation. So if you want to meditate and feel like you can never do this, I think that's totally true. That's why we started with it, because we need to focus somehow. But you could say, instead of trying to meditate, I can read. This also helped me to take a book more often into my hands again. I will share this documentary with you. It's a great one. Christian David Ballerina has a video on how he isn't a reader and still wrote a very good novel. Oh yeah, he's an INFJ too, isn't he? Yeah, I remember. Oh, he did. Yeah. Yeah, I also think, I don't know, I mean, a lot of people say you have to read, you have to be an avid reader in order to be a good writer. I'm not 100% sure if that's true. If this keeps you from writing because you think you never don't read enough, that's bad advice. So if you want to write and not read, that should be good as well. Yeah, I could tell her that she does nothing, but then she would be mad, and we are both part of the ensemble, would play the play. So you have to work with her. You know, I'm. And I. It seems like you have to work with her for a project. You cannot just say, "Okay, I do this on my own. I don't want to work with you anymore." That's not a possibility, I'm guessing. Oh, that's yeah, bad. Mm. Honest, I feel so much better when I eat healthy. Snow bits as well. Yeah, but that's the point. Yeah, it's a gradual thing, you know. Did someone say pizza? Yeah, back to food. We are back to food. But I have decided to stop reaching out about it. That's good. And if she wants to work, she can be the one to text me. That's a good start, I think. The boundaries in place and just avoid contacting her, any contact with her. And in the meantime, I work on it on my own. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I think that sounds good. So you can avoid this person as much as possible, you know, and just do your stuff. Okay. Oh, damn it, I talked too much today. But still, I want to have a last sprint so that I can share this documentary with you as I watched. If you love books, this is the thing for you. Let's have a 20-minute timer. Ah, yeah, garden timer is good. Something good. Some summer energy here. I have to leave. Bye, Mark. Wish you all a great day or night. Enjoy those avocados, pizzas, healthy foods, non-healthy foods. Yeah. Yes. Thank you, Mark. We will do that. See you soon. And this is the last sprint. Enjoy. Okie dokie. That was my final sprint. It's pretty late already. I'm sorry. I probably talked too much today. And I'm really hungry. I need breakfast, which I will have right now. Loretta already is falling asleep. A last little thought on feminism. Studies have shown that mothers are actually harder on their boys' displays of emotions. Oh, yeah, possible. We are all in it together in creating the society we have right now. So, yeah, good point. Oh, did some planning for the new book. Yeah, that sounds like a good thing. I also planned the rest of the day during the last sprint. And like I said, now I'm hungry. I need breakfast. I will be back tomorrow again, hopefully in a good mood. See you then. Bye bye, my friends. Ciao, ciao.